Hello everyone, the topic is coelome, that is a body cavity. So here the coelome also one of the parameter in the organism evolution process. So here from the phylum Porifera to mammals, we have a different type of body organization, levels of organization, type of symmetry. So here it is also one of the parameter. So based on the coelome also the organisms are evolved in the evolution process. So here the coelome is the term coined by the Ernest Haeckel. It is covered or lined by mesoderm. So here before going to that, we know the germ layers in the time of gastrulation, that is ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. So these are the germ layers. Here the coelome is covered with or lined by mesoderm. So here we have a different type of coelomes. Before going to the type of coelomes, we have to focus on the germ layers. We know the outer layer is ectoderm. In the alimentary canal, we have the outer layer ectoderm, inner layer endoderm. Between these, we have a mesoderm. So in that mesoderm, the mesoderm is covered to the ectoderm and also endoderm. So these two layers are called peritoneum. Peri means around. So peritoneum. So in the peritoneum, parietal peritoneum is there, visceral peritoneum is there. Parietal peritoneum means the mesoderm covers to the ectoderm. That is called parietal peritoneum. Whatever the mesoderm is covered to the endoderm is called visceral peritoneum. So these two are the peritoneal layers that formed by the mesoderm. So between these we have a gap that is called coelome. So in this coelome the space is created. In that space we have a coelomic fluid, and in this also the organs are placed. So that is the introduction regarding the coelome. Ectoderm, endoderm, between mesoderm. Here the coelome is lined by mesoderm. That mesoderm is called as a layers peritoneum. Parietal, visceral peritoneum. Parietal peritoneum is covered to the ectoderm. Visceral peritoneum is covered to the endoderm. Between the space is called coelome. It occupied by the coelomic fluid. Then the type of coelomes. So here the type of coelomes are based on the two type of parameters. First one is based on the how they forms. How the coelome is formed, that is one parameter, and based on the origin of coelome. This is the second parameter. So here the coelomes are classified on the basis of how they form and what is the origin of the coelome. So how the origin of the coelome, based on that also types. So first of all we have a look on based on the coelome form. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 type of coelomes are there. First one is acoelomate. Here A means absent, means there is no coelome or no cavity. Means the total space is filled with the cells. So that is why there is no gap. For example here ectoderm, here endoderm. Actually if the coelome is there, here we have a open space. But here there is no space. The space is filled with the cells. So that is why there is no cavity. So A means absent. There is no coelome, there is no cavity. That space is filled with the cells. So example up to the platyhelminthes. Acoelomates. Example means we have a sequence of phylums na Porifera to platyhelminthes. All are comes under acoelomates. Then come to the pseudocoelomate. So here pseudo means false. Means that is not a true coelome. Means here also we have a ectoderm and also endoderm. As we studied here, mesoderm also present, that is lined to the ecto and endo, right? But here ectoderm is there, endoderm is there. But here the mesoderm is not lined, not covered by the ecto-endo. It is just scattered. Just it is a scattered or split like structure, that is mesoderm. The true cavity is not exist, but it is not a true coelome. If it is completely filled with the mesoderm or lined with mesoderm, it is a true coelome. So it is just a scattered mesoderm present and also coelomic fluid also present. This is called pseudocoelomate. The cavity is not lined by the mesoderm. The mesoderm is just like scattered in the coelomic fluid. Example, Nidaria or Aschelminthis, rotifers, all are comes under pseudocoelomate. Then hemocoelomate. It is true coelome, but it is reduced. The coelome is reduced. Then pseudocoelome filled with the blood. Ectoderm, endoderm. The total coelomic fluid with blood. So that is why the name indicates hemocoelomate. It is also pseudocoelome that all filled with the blood. Example, arthropoda and mollusca. The blood is not necessarily in red color. Why? Because in arthropod white, mollusca is blue. So hemocoelomates is not a true coelome. The coelome is reduced. The cavity is filled with the blood, arthropoda, mollusca. Then comes under eucoelomate. So here U means present or true. So true coelome, thus the mesoderm is lined, covered with the ecto and endo. As we studied, parietal peritoneum is present, visceral peritoneum is present. So parietal covered with ecto, visceral covered with endo. So this space is called as a coelome. It has a coelomic fluid and internally it has a organs. So that is true coelome. Then come to the coelomes based on the basis of origin. Based on the origin, coelomes are two type: schizocoelome, enterocoelome. Schizocoelome means the splitting of mesoderm. So here we have a ectoderm, endoderm. In between, the number of cell mosses are present and the mesoderm is not lined by the ectoderm and endoderm, but it is the mesodermal cavity. Splitting of mesoderm means here is the cavity, the place created by the mesoderm, that is splitting of mesoderm. The schizo means splitting of mesoderm. Example, annelids. Then come to the enterocoelome. Here the coelome is a part of archenteron. We have a stages, right? Zygote, marula, blastula, gastrula. At the time of gastrulation, the archenteron pouches are present. These pouches form a coelome. That is called enterocoelome. It has a mesodermal pouches. So the cavity of gastrula is called as archenteron. With the help of archenteron, with the help of mesodermal pouches, the coelome is present. That is enterocoelome. Example, echinoderms and chordates. So here that is why the echinoderms are very closest to the chordate in the evolution process. So these all are the coelome types based on the formation, based on the origin. So you have to remember the example phylas regarding the type of coelomes. Thank you. If you like the video, please subscribe and share. Thank you.